Imagine being alone at sea. For over a year. No land. No help. No way home. Just you, a tiny boat, a dying companion, and the endless, merciless Pacific Ocean. This isn't a myth. It's the true story of José Salvador Alvarenga, the man who survived 438 days lost at sea. A feat no one in recorded history had ever endured. His pain. His will to live. His unimaginable solitude. This isn't just survival. This is a miracle of the human spirit. Born in 1975 in a small village in El Salvador, José Salvador Alvarenga grew up surrounded by fields, not oceans. But poverty pushed him elsewhere. In 2002, he moved to Mexico. Chasing opportunity, he became a fisherman. The work was grueling, 12, sometimes 16 hours a day under the burning sun. But it was honest, and it fed him. On November 17, 2012, José prepared for a short 30-hour fishing trip off the coast of Chiapas. His usual partner backed out at the last minute. In his place came Ezequiel Córdoba, a 23-year-old novice he barely knew. They loaded their small, 23-foot fiberglass boat with fishing lines, gear, fuel, and a large ice chest to store their catch. The sea was calm when they set off. They smiled. The weather report gave no warnings. But the ocean hides its teeth. Just hours into their trip, the sky darkened. Rain fell hard, then harder. Winds turned violent. Waves slammed their tiny vessel from all sides. The outboard motor died. Their GPS and radio malfunctioned. They dumped over 1,100 pounds of fish to keep the boat from capsizing. José managed one final radio call to his boss. Just 4 words. "We're in trouble, storm." Then, nothing. For 5 relentless days, they drifted through a monstrous tempest. The rain soaked their gear. Salt water stung their eyes. The waves, some 10 feet high, threatened to swallow them whole. But the storm passed. And when it did, they were adrift. Alone. With no motor. No sails. No oars. Just the open ocean, and nothing else. Back on land, hope was short-lived. Planes searched the waters for a day or two, but the Pacific is vast, millions of square miles. With no signal, no flares, and no direction, the search was called off. José and Ezequiel were now unofficially dead. But José knew the sea. He wasn't ready to die. They fashioned fishing lines from what they had left. Caught fish with their bare hands. When the fish bit, they bit back, some even tore at their fingers. Rain became liquid gold. They collected it in empty bottles, rationed every drop. When clouds refused to come, they drank turtle blood, or even their own urine. Turtles became their salvation, raw meat, blood, fat. Seabirds would land on the boat, and José would snatch them mid-flight with inhuman speed. They plucked feathers, tore meat, and ate everything, beaks, bones, and all. José was calm. Ezequiel was terrified. He hated the taste of raw meat. He asked, "Are we going to die?" José lied, "No." At night, they told stories. They prayed. And they waited. For rescue that never came. The sun blistered their skin. Salt air cracked their lips. Skin peeled. Teeth ached. They had drifted into month 4. Ezequiel changed. He stopped eating. Said the raw meat made him sick. He grew gaunt, pale, and withdrawn. He cried often, then spoke less. José tried to encourage him, offered him fish, turtles, hope. But Ezequiel had given up. One evening, weak and fading, he looked José in the eyes. "When I die, please don't eat me." José promised. And a few days later, Ezequiel died quietly. José was devastated. For 6 days, he kept the body on the boat. He talked to him. He asked God why. He feared madness, but feared complete loneliness more. On the 7th day, he wrapped Ezequiel in a tarp. He kissed his forehead. And he let his body go into the sea. As the waves took his only companion, José whispered, "Forgive me." Now alone, José drifted, and drifted, and drifted. He spoke to God. Sometimes to seagulls. Other times, to himself. He hallucinated, seeing land, people, even his daughter. Cargo ships passed in the distance, massive, indifferent. He waved. Screamed. Flashed a mirror. No one saw him. No one came. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. He counted moons. 10, 11, 12. He dreamed of food, warm tortillas, fried fish, and pupusas from his homeland. He saw his daughter's face every time he closed his eyes. He fashioned makeshift tools from garbage that floated by, plastic bottles, rope, driftwood. A volleyball floated by once, he didn't name it, but he held it for days like it was human. Hope flickered, dimmed, then returned. It never died. He often thought of dying. But something always pulled him back. The stars at night. The face of his child. The will to not be forgotten. Then one morning. A shape. Far away. Could it be land? José thought it was another cruel illusion. But the shape grew clearer. It was real. After 438 days at sea, over 6,700 miles of drifting, he had reached land. On January 30, 2014, his boat neared the Eben Atoll in the Marshall Islands. He jumped out, half delirious, and swam to shore. Naked, sunburned, beard like a prophet, knife in hand, he screamed in Spanish. Two locals, Emmy Libicmito and Russell Likidrick, watched from a distance. They thought he might be a ghost. But he collapsed, sobbing. Alive. Real. They called for help. He was rushed to a hospital. His body, ravaged. He could barely walk. His feet had deep sores. He had no scurvy, thanks to the raw meat and turtle blood. Some didn't believe him. A hoax? A stunt. But oceanographers confirmed the current patterns. His polygraph test was consistent. The timeline fit. Even U.S. diplomats believed him. On February 10, José returned to El Salvador. It had been 12 years since he saw his family. His father wept. His daughter, older now, ran to him and hugged him tight. But controversy followed. Ezequiel Córdoba's family sued him, claiming he had eaten their son. Despite no evidence, the accusation lingered. José denied it. He had promised. And he had kept that promise. José never returned to the ocean. The water, once his home, now haunted him. He had nightmares, waves crashing, Ezequiel dying, being alone. He would stare out windows for hours, afraid to sleep. Some nights, he would whisper to the sea, as if it were still listening. Journalist Jonathan Franklin wrote 438 Days, a powerful book that detailed José's journey, pain, and survival. It became a sensation. He gave interviews but kept a low profile. Fame didn't heal trauma. His story became a symbol of endurance, of faith, of what it means to be human. José's story isn't just about survival. It's about the limits of the human spirit. About love, for family, for life itself. About holding on when everything tells you to let go. 438 days. 6,700 miles. A companion lost. A soul changed forever. José once said, "I always believed I would be saved." In the face of madness, hunger, and grief, he believed. And that belief, more than any raft, any fish, any prayer, carried him home. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments, what would you have done in José's place? And always remember, even in the darkest sea, hope floats.